Hi Aquarius, welcome. This is going to be your tarot reading and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. So Aquarius, when I was meditating on the Aquarian collective energy, I got two very different songs. One of them was, well, I don't know if this is a song, but I heard Wishing You Were Here. And then right on the heels of that, I got I'm Not Missing You at All. So you see, there seems to be a contradictory there. So you might have two very different situations going on. You might be of two minds about something. You might be of a different mind than maybe someone else you're connecting with. But let's go ahead and get into it and see where this is headed, Aquarius. So you have the 6th house of the craft. This is Virgo energy for some of you. Could be dealing with that or have it in your own birth chart. But this is talking about working out the details, your health, your well-being, your practical life, your daily rituals. Okay, taking a look at that during this time frame, Aquarius. It talks about like getting organized, but also learning new things about yourself or learning new skills that may help you in the long run is what I'm getting. I'm also getting a message about a method to the madness. So I do feel like Aquarians, sometimes we do give off like mad scientist vibes. But I feel like there's always a method to the madness, right? So like you might be doing things or saying things, Aquarius, that other people find, you know, mad or like really crazy, or maybe they don't know where you're coming from. But I feel like when it comes to how you feel about you or what you're doing, you feel like it's very methodical, it's sensical, it makes sense, right? So there seems to be a difference too between the way that you are viewing yourself and maybe how another person or other people are viewing you from the outside looking in, right? Which I get that you don't really care much about. Most Aquarians don't really care about what other people think unless you have heavy, like say Libra placements. But you know, we're all different and unique, but mostly I feel like Aquarian energy doesn't usually let stuff like that get to them, right? You actually kind of like being the oddball of the zodiac. And as a fellow Aquarian, I'm right there with you guys. So you actually usually like to surprise people and to be your own unique self. But yeah, and they're giving me images, my goodness, about, sorry, my cards are crazy, a kaleidoscope. And so what they're saying is like, if you try to incorporate everybody else's version of you into your version of you, it would be like impossible, because how other people view you is so vastly different. Like your mother has a version of you in her mind, you know, your siblings, if you have siblings, they have a version of you. Your spouse has a version of you, your children, your boss. Now, which one of those versions is actually you? None of them. And yet all of them, you see? So it's like, if you get so focused on like needing everybody to see a certain version of you or one version of you, you are already behind. You've already lost the battle because it's impossible. It's an impossible task. So then how do you prioritize things? You choose how to see you. Like, yes, take the feedback from others, but at the end of the day, how do you feel about you? What do you want to be? How do you want to live? This is a time in your life right now, Aquarius, to also ask yourself, who do you want to be? You know? And as I say that, we get the 3 of Pentacles out, which is about cooperation. Okay, so I feel like when you are a cooperative component to yourself, meaning you are in alignment and loving yourself as you are, okay, and not needing to mold yourself to other people's expectations of you. When you're in that space, and I feel like a lot of you are coming into that space or already in that space, you will attract other people, coincidentally, that are a match to you, that want to collaborate with you, that are maybe intrigued by you or interested or have similar mindsets to you. So especially when it comes to like the work that you do, Aquarius. You might be finding that other people want to work with you, or you're getting cooperation in that arena of your life during this time frame, like things running a little bit smoother when it comes to like the details and the work aspect of your life. So let's see what is going on in the headspace then, Aquarius, and go a little bit deeper and see what else we have coming in. Ooh, my Aquarius is the Four of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. Aquarius, stop putting your own emotional well-being on the back burner. Some of y'all are getting so focused on like the task at hand or working on something or something that's important to you, but you do tend to get fixated on things that are really important to you because you are a fixed sign. But some of y'all are getting so fixated, you're literally neglecting your own well-being or your own emotional well-being. So there's this chance here, Aquarius, of like actually exhausting yourself, and it's coming from a place of not prioritizing you, or not giving yourself maybe enough space or enough sleep, and it might be creating a little bit of havoc in your energy fields. What is the Tower? Sorry. All right, you got a situation coming up here. So you have the Tower, the Nine of Wands. Really? All right, so there's a little bit of a curveball here, Aquarius. So I feel like a lot of you prioritizing or needing to prioritize, if you haven't already, your health and well-being during this time frame. Getting more organized, allowing yourself to go to sleep. As a fellow Aquarian, and I could be alone in this, it could be a Dana thing, but I know a lot of Aquarians, I have trouble falling asleep simply because I have trouble shutting my brain off, because my brain always wants to think about things or research something or look into something, right? So needing to shut that off, Aquarius, the best that you can, and prioritize getting more rest, having more meditation in your experience, maybe take a nap, you know. This is all about like purification of your environment, of your body, but also, you know, focusing on, like I said, your health and well-being and the things that are pivotal to your success and your growth. But I feel like there's something here that's pulling at you emotionally, though. There's also some sort of change that you seem to be very resistant about, which change isn't always easy for a fixed sign like Aquarius. But I feel like some of you, it's like this transformation, this emotional transformation wants to come through, and I feel you being a little bit hesitant or resistant towards this change. And I'm not getting a whole lot as to why that is. I think that will vary pretty widely depending on who you are, but there definitely seems to be an internal struggle going on, and maybe you need to have some space to think about this. Or maybe you need to communicate or have a dialogue or conversation about this. It's just like there's this change that wants to come through that you seem to be, again, resistant to, or holding on to something that you shouldn't be holding on to, maybe. It's almost like the universe is saying whatever change is coming through, it's a good change. But you, for some reason, are having difficulty with this, Aquarius, I feel, or maybe getting wrapped up into like what you had in the past or how things were in the past, and that kind of preventing you from seeing like the possibilities of what could be in the future even. There's a chance that if you don't get ahead of this energy, it may actually create some drama or some conflict. So they're saying, that's why they're saying prioritize this right now. Prioritize your mental well-being right now, not next week, not next month. Stop putting it off, Aquarius. I feel like also there's a small chance here that something or someone from the past that maybe you have your defenses up about, or your guard up about might be trying to re-enter the scene during this time frame, Aquarius, or trying to communicate with you. Maybe even trying to stir shit up or stir the pot. And I feel like if that's the case, you being very, very guarded about that. Yeah. I don't feel like you being very welcoming of like someone returning right now, or someone that maybe you have a past history with, getting past your walls. I feel like your walls being very high up for whatever reason during this time frame, especially when it comes to like sharing maybe your truest emotions. Okay, so wow, holy cow, Aquarius, let's go deeper into the emotional space and see what else. Six of Wands. I just heard it feels amazing, or I feel amazing. So some of you are definitely going to bounce out of this energy into this more fruitful, more light, more playful energy. So I feel like whatever has a drain on you, or whatever this past energy is about, it's not a place you're going to dwell in for a really long period of time. I feel like you really want, a lot of you really want to feel deserving is what I'm getting, but also happy. You know, there's this strong desire to like not let anything get you down, because they're giving me the song, "Can nobody take my pride? Can nobody hold me down? Oh no, I got to keep on moving." All right, but let's see, the Two of Cups. All right, some of y'all, ooh, and the Eight of Wands. So yeah, I feel like there is this protectiveness here showing up, Aquarius, but it's also because like you're not wanting anybody to be able to tear you down or hold you back or impede on you in any sort of way, especially if it's someone that's trying to bring conflict or drama into your life. I feel like more so you're in this emotional space of like, you know, wanting to feel good about yourself, feeling amazing. Some of you might have these moments where you just literally feel in alignment in your highest self, feeling amazing, getting recognition. This card often talks about attention, magnetism, attractiveness. All right, Aquarius. You know, and you can see how the King of Swords is next to that, and all attention is on, I feel, the Aquarian energy. So you might be attracting a lot of attention from male, female, doesn't matter. Somebody, you might really have someone's attention, especially if it is in an intimate way. There's a soulmate energy here. Some of you are attracting a soulmate, twin flame type of situation here. But if that is the case, it is in a positive way. So, because I know most people come to tarot and they're like, I don't want that person from the past. I feel like if somebody's entering from the past that you had a lot of drama with, you being, your wall is completely up when it comes to that situation. So I feel like if there is a soulmate coming through, it is not the person from the past. It is someone that congruent with you. What? Sorry, I was expecting to get congruent with you. That is in alignment with you. That is a positive influence, right? So, and it doesn't have to be an intimate person. It could be a friend showing up. It could be a family member. We have lots of soulmates, guys. So take it as it resonates. But I definitely feel something coming through the relationship sector that wants to be supportive. Someone that wants to be supportive of you, Aquarius. That maybe really admires you, okay? And like I said, it doesn't have to be an intimate party. It could be at work. It could be a family member. But yeah, it could be an intimate person as well that really holds a lot of admiration and love and respect for you. I feel like this is a healthy connection, okay? Where some of you were dealing with kind of like a toxic mess in the background, okay? Some of you in the background that you might have something like that going on, but I was going to say in the past. But now as we get into the present energy, manifesting partners or coworkers or friends that are healthy for you. And why is that? It's because you yourself are maybe getting into this more healthy mindset or paying attention to your own well-being, and you get what you attract. You attract what you feel about yourself. So if you are in this healthy mindset, it would only make sense then that you would attract people who match that in you, Aquarius. So let's see what else. The Seven of Swords. What's that about? The Five of Swords. Okay. I don't usually put cards back, but I guess I'll keep those over here. What else? For some reason I feel like that's separate. And all of a sudden my nose is itching. Excuse me. I'm like all over the place all of a sudden. What is happening? Oh, this is the curveball I felt earlier. Okay. Got the Justice card. Holy cow. The Three of Swords. Yeah, I'd say that's a curveball right there. What the heck is this? Who is this? The Star. That's you, Aquarius. What is this to deal with? The Hermit. Wow, what have you gotten yourself into? The freaking Death card, the Sun, Virgo, Leo, Scorpio energy here. Holy cow, Aquarius. You're gonna have to give me a second on this one. No wonder everything went haywire there for a minute. This is the thing that's going on in the background, okay? Hold on a second, guys. Sorry about that. I had to take a breather. No, I'm kidding. I had a distraction. But, okay, so this is what I feel like is what I felt earlier. Whatever's going on in the background. Whatever this past energy is about, all right? Making its presence known again. There seems to be a situation going on behind the scenes where, you know, there's things being covered up, okay? There seems to be a disconnect, Aquarius, between the way you are seeing something or someone versus how they are seeing something or you. You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like emotionally, Aquarius, you kind of being in this more healthy space, or at least that's where you're headed towards, and kind of blocking out or protecting yourself from people that may invade that space. But I feel like you have a situation here or a person external from you that is not seeing your healthy transitions as a good thing. I feel like they actually are having difficulty understanding you, Aquarius, or like why you're doing some of the things that you're doing or why you're behaving the way that you're behaving. And if you think about the message I had at the very beginning of the reading, that's what it was about somebody seeing you differently than you were seeing self. Now, there's karmic justice around this situation, all right? And I feel like the encouragement for you is to continue to focus on how you feel, all right? And to make the decision to prioritize yourself right now and to just keep it moving. I feel like whoever this is that is not quite seeing you through I was going to say, is not quite seeing you through the eyes of love. They seem to be seeing you through the eyes of hurt or their own pain. This person is needing to do some self-reflection around that to find their balance, to find out more about themselves. They may be learning more about themselves through their connection with you, maybe not in the most positive way, but it's all in how they're perceiving it, Aquarius. And so the message is, it's not so much that you need to be different for this person, because you should never change yourself for another, only for yourself. It's that this person needs to ask themselves some deeper questions as to why they feel the way that they feel, and why do they hold the perception that they hold, and does that serve them? I feel like if you were to try and put yourself in this person's shoes, Aquarius, it would skew your own perception of the situation, which I know sounds a little bit cold, right? To not try and understand someone's perspective. But I'm not saying not to have some understanding, but I'm saying you can't possibly realistically see yourself through that person's eyes, through that person's heart, through that person's soul. Because even if you were to try and put yourself in their shoes, you would still hold bias from your own perceptions and beliefs about them and the situation. Does that make sense? They're saying it would be a useless waste of time to try and figure it out. Why someone feels the way they feel, how they're seeing you. Some of you have actually tried to put yourself in another person's shoes or tap into someone's energy to figure out why, and it's completely exhausting you. Stop it. All right? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get, this is super specific reading too, y'all. Like, don't make this resonate if it's not your reading, okay? But I just feel like you tear yourself apart, even though you're doing it maybe with good intention of trying to understand someone else. It's just, it's not your job. It's that person's job to figure themselves out through their own connection with their higher self. And it's your job to figure out yourself through your connection through your higher self. And they're actually wanting to point you in the direction, Aquarius, of focusing on what your well-being, your happiness, the things that bring you joy. Some of y'all may be very concerned, you know, because I feel like, especially for my feminine Aquarians, if this is like someone that you once cared about, I feel like it's easy for you to get caught up in that concern. But that concern always drags you backwards, and it takes away, it steals away from your happiness, from your happy place. So it's like, how long are you going to let that pull you backwards before you prioritize feeling good about yourself and you recognize that you are responsible for how you feel and they are responsible for how they feel? Sometimes holding people accountable to dealing with their own shit, dealing with their own emotions, comes off as cold. Some people may perceive it that way, but that's because they do not understand that each of us are responsible for our own emotional responses. So the message here is about like holding yourself accountable to that, Aquarius, and allowing yourself to feel good. Because again, despite this outside interference or this person that seems to have a very different viewpoint than you have about life or a situation or the connection, despite that, you actually have like recognition coming in, success. You seem to be very magnetic during this time frame. Some of you are attracting a soulmate or people that are soulmates to you, that want to work with you, that want to help you, that want to love you, and needing to prioritize also your physical well-being, but more so your emotional well-being, and allow yourself to be happy. Not everybody's going to be happy for you, Aquarius. And that's got to be all right, because you can't control other people's happiness. But you can be happy for you. And really, that is the big message in this reading, is to prioritize just that. So, wow. This was way complex. Let's see what the law of attraction has to say about this, Aquarius, and we'll close it there. And then I'll tell you what zodiac signs I'm seeing here. Ooh. Says, the harder I push against it, the more I attract its essence. When you find some unwanted thing that you want to shout no at, shout briefly, but then turn your attention to what you do want. Any attention to anything is practicing the vibration of it and will bring it to you. So if you were to give your focus, right, to someone else's perception or hurt or worry, you are now a match to that hurt and worry and perception, which is going to further bring your energy down, unless you're very, very practiced at feeling good anyways. So this is saying, instead, be better at focusing your perspective for right now. And where do they want you to focus it on? Your well-being, Aquarius. So, wow. Zodiac signs that you may be connecting with or have in your own chart. I have Virgo here and Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, Virgo again, Libra, Sagittarius, Cancer. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it's a general reading, so it could be any zodiac sign. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook. I'm doing a live paid event on my Facebook Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's $9.99 to join. I'm going to be talking about how to connect with your intuition and your own spirit guide so that you can read for yourself. You can purchase tickets in advance on my Facebook, link down in the description box below. Please check it out. Even if you can't make the live, if you purchase a ticket, you can still catch the recorded version and watch it as many times as you want. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. I'm also on Instagram, linked below, as well as TikTok. So all of them, Tarot Time with Dana. Check me out there. Wishing you the very best. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.